Good day, everyone, and welcome to Jammi Italian Radio podcast. And one of the first to do an interview about immigrants living in Europe. My name is Shadiki, and today I will be speaking to an individual about his time here in Europe and his experiences. Please welcome Mr. Can you introduce yourself?
Kevin.
Nice to meet you, Kevin. So tell us a little about yourself, like where you're from.
Well, I am from Jamaica, down there in Westmoreland.
Westmoreland, okay. So tell me, when did you first come to Italy and why did you come to Italy?
Well, I came to Italy in 2002, and the reason I tell you guys another time.
Okay, we won't stretch it, we don't go over the limits. Okay, so when you first got to Italy, what did you find challenging?
To be honest, at first, the language, especially whenever you are looking for a job, so to speak. I remember this one time I went to a factory, and it was in the first year. I think, no, I hadn't started going to the language class as yet, so it was in the first year. And the guy said to me that he asked me something, and to be honest, until this day I don't know. I didn't understand what he was saying, and then but what I get clearly though, he said that when you know the language a little bit more, then you can reapply for an appointment, and we will see how it goes. So I think the most challenging thing for me was the language, and I think that's about it, because I don't have any other issues so far. So the first was the language.
Okay, and as I understood, you were going to the Italian course, right? So tell me a little about the course. Is it free? Is it offered by the government?
Yes, it is. It is a free course that offered by the government, and it's in order for you to get certain things like documents, certain type of or certain form of document, so to speak. You have to have the different level certificate to show that you at least know the basic of the language. So the language is very important, and yes, it is free and it's offered by the government, which I think it's something good as well.
That's nice. So the next thing I'm going to ask you, how about the food? Because in Jamaica you have different type of food, So how do you find Italian food? Do you like it?
if any Italian watching this, please bear with me. But I'm not really a fan of Italian food. Not that I don't eat it, but I'm not that into it, to be honest. And I preferred my Jamaican food. It's more, well, it's what I used to. So I could go on and on about the different type of dishes and stuff like that. So for me, I prefer Jamaican food, but my favorite in terms of Italian food, it would be like pasta con gamberi.
Oh, okay. I like that plate as well. It's not bad. But can you cook? Did you learn to cook the Italian cuisine?
Well, I would say that the one and two things that I know, or I would say dishes that I know, I do a little Italian cooking sometimes, to be honest. But if probably like maybe one time for the week. Not that where I am there's Italian food is not cooked there, but if I'm in the kitchen, chances are I'm cooking something more Jamaican style or Jamaican type of food. because that's what I used to. So
Okay, perfect. So what about your first job experience? Because you started learning the language and it wasn't easy at first. So after you managed it, tell me about your first job experience.
actually, I got a job before I actually learned that much about the language. But the experience wasn't that good, to be honest, because the you have to walk up like say 5:30 to reach to the location, sometimes by 7 or by 7:30, and they said it was 8 hour a day, but I was working like 8.5 hours, 9 hours, sometimes 9.5, close to 10.
Wow.
So I started asking questions, and I guess the capo didn't like the questioning, because it started to make others question as well. But that was a little bit challenging, because at first they said 8 hours, but I'm working more than that, and it was construction, tying steel and wall bar, or you name it. So it was difficult as well, and then to work in so much hours in the cold for to be underpaid, that is not me. That is so not me. So I wasn't happy with that. And one day he came because someone called him, because after I was there working and I was taking a little 5. I was catching a 5, and someone was like, "Hey, no, it's not the time to take a 5." And I was like, "Are you paying me? Are you the one paying me?" And there was no. I said, "Call the boss, because you guys are overworking me, and then you are telling me that I cannot take a 5. This is crazy." So long story short, the boss came. He said that if I want him, no, he said that I must stop working. And I said, the only way I'm going to leave here is unless you pay me now. And he was like, "Okay, I will pay you next week or tomorrow or something or whatever." So
did he pay you?
yes, he did.
Okay.
He did. Trust me, he did. I am a Jamaican, so you know how we go when it comes to our work and collecting, because I am not lazy. I work very hard, because one thing with me, when I'm working, I do my best, because when it's time for me to get paid, I don't want the stories.
Okay. I understand you perfectly well. You work hard, you need your money. And the next question I would like to ask you is this. The culture, the lifestyle is totally different, right, from the Jamaican culture and lifestyle. So what do you find challenging about that part?
That's just like how I received the question. That is how I find it, to be honest. But the culture is weird, so to speak. It's different. It's challenging in its own rights. It's like, to each their own. Everywhere have their different way of dealing with things. But here, in terms of getting things done, sometimes they give you like a runaround. For instance, let's say you want a doctor appointment, and you go to this specific doctor. They will send you to another doctor to check something, and then come back to that doctor that you visit from first, and then he probably send you to somewhere else, telling you that, "Oh, I cannot deal with this problem, so you have to go over that side." When you go over that side, they send you somewhere else, and then you come back. So that's the challenge with the system. It's just it designed for every sector to support each other. So you can probably look at it and say, it is not right. But if you look on another side, it's a form of unity. Whether we are suffering or whether we are enjoying their unity in terms of how they go about getting what they need to get from you, whatever that may be, whether it's your signature or your money. So, I mean, to each their own.
Okay. And what about, so when you go to the emergency, for example, do you have to have a health insurance before you can do anything, or the system is free?
As far as the insurance goes, I don't have any insurance, and I go there and I got through. Sometimes it may take a little time, especially if you don't know the language. That's another thing, you have to be translating, and sometimes I would like type stuff in translation, and if I can't pronounce it well, I would play the audio and listen to it and then try to repeat it. So that kind of helped me to learn the language and balance conversation as well.
Okay. And is it expensive to live here in Italy?
Yes, it is pretty expensive, because I'm telling you, only thing is free is probably the doctor visit, depending on where. If you head straight to the hospital, then you will find it, they attend to you for free. But the medication, that's where they take back the service of the free work.
So there is something beneath it. Okay. So please tell me, what is your worst experience here? But I'm talking about your worst.
To be honest, I don't really have bad experience, because I am more of a low-key person. I mind my own business. I don't go anywhere that doesn't make sense, so to speak. I don't really go to bars or whatever they call it over here. I'm mostly like at home, or if I'm not working, I'm at home. And or sometimes I will play music on my online radio station, which is Jammi Italian Radio. So that's what I do with my spare time, and also take care of my family.
Okay, you mentioned a family, that's good. Now, I would like to ask you one last question, if you don't mind. If someone in Jamaica would like to come to Italy, what advice would you give to that person before taking the plane here? Because, you know, they don't know what they're coming against, so what would you tell them?
Well, as in Patois, where I go.
And what does that mean? Can you translate in English?
Hey, where are you going? In Italiano, dove vai? But I mean, not necessarily where are you going, but what is your purpose? Is it a case where you know someone, or is it a case where you're going on work experience, or farm work, as they would say in Jamaica? But I would not advise anyone, whether you are from Jamaica, whether you are from America, you name it, to just get up and move to a country without knowing anyone or having a basic idea. If you know someone, then you can travel, you can try your luck, you know. But if you don't know anyone, I would advise you to think very carefully, very careful, because at the end of the day, you know, let's say, speaking of Jamaica, in Jamaica you can see a friend and say, oh, can I pick a mango or breadfruit from your tree? Or you have specific areas that you want to find different type of fruits, you know. So it's more, and for instance, if you, let's say you know someone that has a business place in terms of maybe a shop or a little supermarket, and you don't have the money at the moment to get whatever grocery or whatever you need to cook or whatever the case may be, you can go to that person in Jamaica and say, oh, I'm getting paid such and such, can you give me this until I get paid, then I will give it back. So in that sense, you would say that Jamaica, that is good. But here in a country that you don't know anyone, you cannot credit. So there is a lot of things, and plus you have to work, you need somewhere to sleep, you have to pay rent, you know. So it's not an ideal place for someone to just get up and be like, I'm going to that country, especially if it's not an English speaking country, and on top of that you don't know anyone. So where I go?
You heard it, people. Where I go? Okay, listening to this last part brings to mind just one more question. You talk about friends, right? Do you have Italian friends? Is it hard to make friends?
For me, I wouldn't say hard to make friends. It's just that I am more of a low-key person. So, but like, and if I say I would have friends, probably who I would call my friends, they are not close. You know, they are quite a good distance. So, but I do go to Kingdom Hall, which I'm studying with the Jehovah's Witnesses. So I cannot leave that part out. So those are my brothers and sisters. You know, they welcome you with a open arm. They are loving, they are caring, and they look out for your best interests, so to speak. So and one thing I like about Jehovah's Witnesses, as I'm looking in the camera there, they don't discriminate. They don't discriminate. It doesn't matter your color, your complexion, your looks. It doesn't matter. You could even look like one of the oldest car. Your face, the front of it. they would not look at you like, where is he going? No. They will greet you more than how they would greet someone that looks up to par, as they would say. But that's where I find friends, so to speak, at the Kingdom Hall meeting or meetings.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Kevin, for sharing your experience on Jammi Italian podcast. You heard it, where you go. So please log in to Jammi Italian Radio, best of the best music. See you next time. Shadi House signing out.